They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in '01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth, I'm OG King CURT. Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend, let's work.
Hey, this is OG King CURT, your host of the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who tune in every Sunday. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. For those who are watching on YouTube, links are in the description for all the available streaming platforms. Let's continue to stand against any forms of social injustice and racism. This episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks virtual clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you'll have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This is episode 34, Off the Court with Splashy. His name is Kimanni Ingram from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's a professional NBA 2K League player for Utah Jazz Gaming. Drafted 10th overall. He was on the Season 3 All-Rookie team. He was a Rookie of the Year candidate. 12th in scoring at 27.2 points per game. Helped lead Jazz Gaming to a 14-2 regular season while making it to the semifinals and the playoffs, the tip-off, and the turn. He's one of the more entertaining players in the NBA 2K League and throughout the community. So with further ado, I want to introduce to you Splashy. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me today. Let's put on a good show.
Nah, definitely. You all about that, man. I just I want everybody to know your story. So just jumping right into it, just tell us how you got to where you are today.
Of course, I always have respect for NPBA as a whole, because 2K18, I kind of tried to burst into the comp scene. First league I played in was NPBA. I ended up getting a scoring title that league. I think that was season 4, season 5. That's where I finally knew, like, oh, maybe these competitive teams not as good as I think they are. Maybe I'm just that nice. 2K19, I work on my craft. I get a lot better. I make the top 150. Sadly, I don't get drafted, so I got a chip on my shoulder when 2K20 comes out. 2K20, I make every Final Four in pre-draft. Semifinals is a little curse that everybody knows about with me. Kept making them, couldn't get far. Draft comes, people, that's when you realize people watch you play. Even if you don't win, people realize, like, good skill. Got drafted 10th, go to the Jazz. The semifinal curse follows me there too, sadly, but we done broke it, so it's no longer a thing anymore. And led the Jazz to a 14-2 record with an amazing team. Did everything I could, but it just wasn't enough to get the championship. But I feel I had an amazing rookie season as a whole. So that's my whole, like, pro-am story in a whole.
Okay, let's talk about your gamer tag. Obviously, people go through transitions from pro-am to the 2K League. Sometimes they have to change it. But initially, how did you come up with your gamer tag or your PSC?
You talking about the new edition Flash?
Yeah.
Okay, I came up with that because favorite superhero was the Flash growing up, and then I wanted to be the new version of the Flash, so I put new edition Flash. That's where it came from. But when I made a Twitter, I was like, this PSN is lame, so I'm finna try to mix it with I shoot green, so let's put the Splash and the edition together. So that's why my Twitter name is Splash Edition. But the new edition Flash, everybody knows me as it, so I'm gonna just keep it.
Gotcha. And then it's changing it to Splash in the league. Just wanted to keep it short.
Yeah, it was a little more spontaneous, I'd say. Splashy was just like cool and short. Like nobody want splash edition for 3, splash edition with splashy for 3. Like it's just a lot more simple. So I've just switched it up and shortened it.
Okay. Kind of rewinding a little bit. Like, let's talk about your rookie season. You know, starting from the moment you got drafted and just walk us through, you know, that whole phase of you getting drafted and then your rookie season and how that went.
Moment I got drafted, Lottie looked at me, gave me a good point. That's how I knew I was getting drafted. Told everybody at the table, like, it's finally time. Texted my mom and everybody who was watching from Milwaukee. I had about 1,000, 2,000 people watching live from my brother Facebook. So they all hit me up and was like, good stuff. It was all smiles that day. I'm surprised I didn't mess up on my words because a lot of people seemed a lot nervous. I wasn't really nervous when I got up there. It was just like, whew, the hard part is over. Like that's all everybody needs to figure out. Once you make it that far, like you get drafted, you walk behind that, you get your jersey. I mean, you get your jacket, et cetera, you've made it. The rookie year, I start off a lot slower than a lot of other rookies for other reasons. We don't know if it was nervousness, don't know if it was just team stuff. Just start off a lot slower. I picked it up right after the Nightmare Kings game everybody knows about in the season. Right after that game, that's when it just like, I think I got angry. I was hearing too much slander. I'm getting called the worst PG in the league by a couple of people. I just go on a rampage for about the next 15, 16 games. In the season, 14-2, that's amazing. Couldn't get us one banner. I wanted to get the Jazz one banner. Just very unlucky stuff. Turn was an unlucky turn of events. Tip-off was very unlucky. We ran into the Kings again. And the finals, I mean, the playoffs was very unlucky too. But the rookie season as a whole, I think I did pretty well, and I think I backed up the talk that I brought in coming into the league.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you was one of the more entertaining players in the league. You definitely stepped it up, even from a remote standpoint. I think people got used to seeing your dances and different things after the game.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, you know, what separates you from the other PGs in the league?
To me, I came in knowing that outside, I believe 2 PGs in the league can pass outside of me. I came in the league knowing I had the full package. I felt I was the best passer in my draft class. I've been calling myself the best passer for the last 2 years in the pro-am scene. It was more a self-inflicted thing. So now people going to watch me. Does he really know how to pass, or is he just really just BSing us? That's basically what it would be. So I came in the league knowing I had the hard part of being a point guard down, which was passing, so I can score at will. So I worked on my scoring all this year and improved over the year. Even going into 2K21 right now, I feel I'm a prolific scorer now, which I didn't have in the past. I know how to put the ball in the hoop. I know how to pass. I'm entertaining. My communication is unmatched, and I have good defense. A lot of point guards are just sit there on defense. I try to help, and I communicate as much as possible. I think those 5 things as a whole, like, put me over other PGs. I coach on the court. I know how to take blame. I know when it's my fault. A lot of PGs don't have accountability as a thing. I know when it's 100% my fault. That's my turnover, or I set you up with a bad shot. I'm going to say, my bad. That's me. Or that's a steal, that's me. I know how to take accountability. I think that's one of the most important factors a lot of PGs don't have.
Yeah, that's good, man. And your communication is unmatched. Like, I mean, definitely. I was watching you play in a pro-am game, and my brother was like, "Man, who was that doing all that talking?" And like, you know, he's not really like in tune to the 2K scene or anything like that. But that was one of the first things he noticed. Life in Utah. You know, you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How was the transition from Wisconsin to Utah?
A lot of people think Wisconsin is a boring state, but Milwaukee is an entertaining city. So going to Utah, people would think Milwaukee's pretty bad. Utah is pretty bad. But the problem was COVID hit. I think COVID was a big part of why I didn't get to have a good experience in Utah. Like, it wasn't much to do. Everything was closed down. We couldn't go have good adventures or do anything as a team. We more had to just chill to ourselves, go practice, go home, sleep, go practice because everything was closed down. But I will say the weather was amazing, too amazing, like 105 degrees every day for about a month. That's horrible.
Cool. You know, you play for the Coach of the Year this year. Arguably, you know, one of the premier figures in the NBA 2K Pro-Am community in comp. What was that like playing for him?
Comp is more like, you don't think of him as a coach. You think of him more as like, that's your guy. Like, he'll tell me, because people wonder what coach is doing in the 2K League. He sees stuff we might not see. Like, I'm focused on the game and I'm a point guard. but I might have had my right corner this possession. So he gonna tell me at the time out, hey, you got compete here next play. Whether I try it or not, it's just to just let me know the little stuff. And the thing was, we combined with comp off the court. A lot of people's coaches, like, you didn't talk to them off the court. On the court scrims, yeah, y'all having a conversation, but I could go chill with comp if I really wanted to. Like, chill with them. We could watch the playoffs. We could do this, and that. We could watch film together. Comp's just a cool guy, and I think that's what puts him over most of the other coaches in the league. Like, you can chill with him. He has regular vibes, and he's not just, like, lame, as I would say. Like, not just a lame 2K type of person.
That's cool. I mean, Comp's a brother of mine. He definitely he'll be on the show later, later in this year, but definitely one of my guys. What are some things that people should know about Splashy that they don't know?
I think it's really nothing. I think I put everything out on social media enough about my game. I think I'm more of, I would say, more of the self-confident type of pro-am player. Like, you can call it arrogance, but I think every good player comes with a little bit of arrogance. Like, LeBron James has arrogance. He knows he's good at basketball, so he's going to let you know, I feel I'm the best in the league right now. So, like, when I feel I'm the best like, as of right now, I feel I'm the best in the pro-am scene on the PlayStation side. And I'm going to let everybody know that. I haven't really had people disagree with me. But does that mean I can win the game by myself at the moment? No, I still got things I need to work on as a whole, and it's little stuff. So until I feel I can just wipe the whole PlayStation scene and win the next 5-8 tourneys, I can't do what I want to, but I feel everybody knows enough about me, skill-wise, personality-wise. They know I'm funny, entertaining, bold, and so I don't think anybody's missing out on anything.
Got you. Beyond obviously competing in pro-am leagues and tournaments during the off season, what else have you been doing with your off time?
My team. I'm a big my team player. I've qualified for 250 first seed both years. We're praying. Everybody is holding my hand, praying I don't get delayed this year so I can have a fair chance to win this $250,000. But on my off time, I usually stream my team because I'm still a content creator at the end of the day. Chill with the family, and of course, go shoot hoops and exercise because, like, just got to stay in shape. I'm not trying to just get just outrageously just out of shape at the moment. So that's what I do on my off time.
Okay, now you talk about hooping. Now, did you play in high school?
I played in high school at Riverside University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yes.
Okay, pretty good.
Short, but I was good to be short. I just didn't grow. I caught a growth spurt at about 8th grade. I was 5'4". I was the tallest from like 5th to 8th grade. Then I just didn't grow again until like 11th grade. And I'm like, I'm 5'4" on varsity. What am I supposed to do? You feel me? I'm good, but I'm going versus 6'2", 6'4", 6'5", et cetera, et cetera. Went to college. I tore both of my ACLs back to back. Like, I tore my ACL. I rehabbed. I healed in about, they said I was going to be out for a whole year. I healed in about 6 months. Got back on the court, tore my other ACL. So then that's when I just came to the realization, like, basketball's done. It's over. My mama was like, I don't want you getting hurt anymore. We got to find you something else. You can come work with me. 2K League popped up. I'm like, I'm not working with you. Give me 3 years. She said, okay, I'm going to give you 3 years. I missed the first 2. I'm glad I made it the third because she wasn't going to let me go for it again. So that's more of what happened. I was real unlucky on the real basketball court.
Gotcha. I mean, that's a similar story with myself. I was one of the taller, about 5th or 6th grade, I was one of the taller kids. I played center, but I actually was a guard. So I would get the rebound and be able to start the break. But then after 6th grade, I didn't grow anymore. I was 5'9". The rest of my life though. Like, so yeah, that's interesting. Thoughts on NBA 2K21?
It's the same as 2K20 in a lot of ways. They fixed a lot of things that were bad on the certain side, but it's not in a competitive form right now. Like, every competitive 2K League player is hoping that next gen saves us. Because 2K21, we can compete on it. Yes, we're good at the game. It's just, it's taking a lot of people's strengths away. Like, if I have to put one thing out on it, centers. You can't go up. You can't lay the ball up. You can't dunk. You can't do anything unless you're getting a contact dunk. That's despicable. Like, I'm watching my center. My center is can't guard Rob. He goes up with a wide open layup. He misses. That's not basketball. It's no contest. It's not anything. And for point guards, it's hard because we got this thing called the sweet spot right now. Power forwards can play about 5 lanes at the same time. We're just hoping next gen saves us at the moment. But I've learned to just not have too much hope anymore. I'm just going to load up the game. And if it's good, I'm going to be happy. But if it's bad, I expected it to be bad. So I'm not going to be upset anymore because I have faith for 2K21 before next gen. And I looked and I'm just like, yeah, So I'm just gonna get good at a bad game at the moment.
So that makes sense. Overall, I personally felt a certain type of way for this rookie class, not being able to experience the stage in New York to its fullest. Just leading into that, just your overall thoughts about that, and going into season 4, what are your hopes and expectations?
I would like to get on the stage so much because I feel out of all the rookies, I am the main rookie who everybody wants to see on stage. If I was entertaining in remote play, we have to imagine how it would be if we were all in person and I'm on a camera all game. And it's certain games I feel this year, which anybody could say, but like we had one game this year, we blew a 15-point lead in 3 minutes. That doesn't happen on stage. It just wouldn't happen. Like the games, people telling me the game's a lot more slow down. And if I can yell at your lockdown all game when I'm up 15, he's gonna check out. Now, if I'm sitting like we're doing this interview right now, playing the game like this next to my 4 teammates, I can't get rattled. There's nobody talking to me. I can't do anything. I feel the stage, I hope no other pandemic hits because I feel the stage is another part to my game that makes me that much better. Like I came in knowing I can trash talk with the best of them. I can run my mouth and play the game at the same time. But I didn't get to do it this year, and that was a fault that I never got to do. So I hope we can get to the stage safely this year, and I think it will show when I get on stage.
All right. And this is what I'm about to read to you all. I mean, this is a testament to his commitment and how hard he worked to get to where he's at, and in a short time span. June 11th, 2018. Splashy, he DM'd me. He said, "Follow me, boss man. Slowly making a name for myself on the P4 side of the NPBA. Hopefully, I can continue the good work as long as you and LT continue to provide a stage for me to perform." And obviously, I get a lot of DMs. Like I get a lot, and I don't really delete my DMs because I like to be able to go back and pull messages like that and just look at the progress from that point going forward. I mean, obviously, then you made a commitment to yourself, made a promise with your mom that that to give you the chance and opportunity to do what you're doing now. And I just want to say hats off to you because a lot of people give up, like they quit, or life happens and different things like that. But me just being able to go back and read that and then seeing where you are, and I think the first time I actually got to watch you was when you was in the My Team tournament. That's when I pretty much took notice. Obviously, LT was running the PS4 side, so I peeked over there here and there, but I was more inclined to Xbox, and I'm learning. I'm getting away from that. I mean, I think the competition is great. I wish somehow they would cross platform.
Please.
I mean, because I think for us competitives, that's the only way to really answer a lot of questions, and instead of making people have to jump on both consoles or whatever. So hopefully we get that type of compatibility in the future. At this point of the show, Miss OG wants to know. It's rapid fire questions. Answer as openly and honestly as you wish. You can decline as well, but just entertaining portion of the show. Biggest influence?
In life, I would say my brother and Steph Curry. In 2K, I would say my biggest influence at the moment to push me to get better is Keena. Keena was a very good point guard this year. He annihilated me in the semifinals, and I realized that was the first time I realized as a point guard, like, it's somebody better than me on this video game right now. Like, I always thought I was the best point guard. I was the bestest. I went versus Keena in the playoffs. I realized, like, he's been on the game more than me, and he's just better than me. He did what I couldn't. So this year, that's why I put in, like, I'm going to get as good as I can and not get off this game. So that's probably my biggest influences in both.
Who motivates you?
My brother, 100%.
What motivates you? I'm sorry.
The chip on my shoulder from not getting drafted. I felt I could have thrived in the 2K19 league build. because 300s thrived. I feel I'm one of the better 300s in Pro-Am as a whole. I'm seeing Radiant drop 35. I'm seeing Fab drop 35. I feel if a team would have took a chance on me then, we wouldn't have had to wait this long. But it's cool. I just made them all pay this year, so it's still fine at the end of the day.
Favorite video game of all time?
It's not 2K, I'll tell you that. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. That's when I felt I was so good at a game, I wanted to go pro, but I was like 13 years old, so no.
Okay. Favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team, the Warriors, pre-Kevin Durant, before everybody tried to say bandwagon this, bandwagon that. My coach actually told me in like 7th grade, I reminded him of Baron Davis if Baron Davis couldn't dunk because I didn't have a consistent jump shot yet, and I only went paint, but I was very explosive. After that, I went to go look. I'm like, oh, Baron Davis, Kalina Azubuike, Steven Jackson. I'm like, oh, this just finna be my team now. Then I was a fan of Steph Curry. Steph Curry goes to the Warriors. Match made in heaven. So, Warriors.
Gotcha. Yeah, you went throwback on that. And I actually used to play with that team. In,
oh, yeah.
2K. Yeah, that was the run and gun squad. Favorite athlete?
Steph Curry.
Okay. Favorite actor or actress?
Denzel Washington. My mama bring his name up enough. I think I done seen every movie he's in. She's in love with Denzel, so I guess you could say I am too.
Celebrity crush?
Rihanna. Best looking thing I've ever seen on 2 feet.
Favorite movie of all time?
Above the Rim and Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball for my guys. So, relationship this, relationship that, is cute. And Above the Rim for like, this is some basketball. We hooping. So they're my 2 favorite movies.
Got you. Where do you want to be in the next 10 years?
I want to be a big YouTuber. I'm slacking on YouTube at the moment because we just don't have a good video game right now. I don't have any content to put out. So I'm slacking on it till next gen. And I feel I'm going to thrive on YouTube. I'm an entertaining person. And I've seen a lot of people thrive off YouTube. Fredo, Annoying, Cash Nasty, Troy. And I'm seeing a lot of 2K content creators that whether they're better than me at the game, they are making money off of the game. So I want to be as big of a content creator as possible and get into the system for 2K. Like they're bringing me in to help the game. I play the game, but they're bringing me in to help with this, and this, so we can have a better game. So that's where I want to be in 10 years.
Got you. What advice would you give to people inspiring to become a 2K professional?
Getting it out the mud is still the right way. I will tell you right now, loyalty is not the best thing if you want to make your name in the prom community as quick as possible. You hear this, but it's a dog-eat-dog world. Let's say player A is on the team with his people he knows in real life. They can't win and he's showing out. If that better team that just beat you in the playoffs in the first round offers you a spot, you have to go there. You got to remember, your friends can hold you back in this pro-am scene, and they should understand if you're really trying to make the 2K League, you have to make the best decision for yourself. So if you have a better team offer, you need to go there as quick as possible. But if you feel your team can compete with you and whoever you're playing with, then you can stay there. But if you have a better offer, please take it because that's the quickest way you can make your name in the league or make your name in the pro-am scene, and just keep your head up. You're not going to win right away. Nobody did. Nobody walked into the pro-am scene just winning. It's impossible. So just keep your head up, get into some streams, watch whatever position you play, and just keep striving. And I'm telling you, you'll get it as quick as possible.
Hey, and I'll tell you, that's a jewel dropper right there. Definitely well put. How can people follow you and what you do?
Follow me as in like, where do I
social
get followed?
Media, yeah, social media, okay. Twitch.
Twitter, my Twitter is Splash Edition. Most people know that. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Splash Edition. If you got a Facebook like old times, it's my real name, Kimanni Ingram. My Instagram is Kimanni __, and that's basically all the places you can find me on social media. Any questions, anything you want, I'm glad to help. I do nothing all day.
Well, man, I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. You had I really hope that people pay attention to everything that you said, because you dropped some key notes in there that I think can help a lot of people who want to be where you at. And it's nothing better than to get advice from people who are experiencing and going through everything that it takes to get there. And you definitely done that, man. And like I said, at the end of the day, the OG is a fan. Obviously when you play my team, I don't want you to play well or beat me, but I have a joy in watching people succeed, and that won't ever change, man. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm definitely gonna stay locked into you, especially in the off season and going forward into season 4, man.
I appreciate you for having me, and I'm glad we got to put on the show for everybody. Thank you.
Okay. For those who listening or watching, make sure you can check us out and follow Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow me on social media at OG King CURT. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Go to www.ogkingcurt.com for everything OG King CURT and the OG2CENTS podcast. Shout out to my team, Strider Visuals, Box Graphics, and Side Evermore. You can catch me on EsportsXTRA. That's what hosts Larry Ridley, the crew, Renee Montgomery, Kelly Wells Brinkley, and Derwin Worrell, and Antonio Williams, and also Kevin Mamuzet, our producer extraordinaire. You can catch us Tuesday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's on Compete Forever on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.